Hey guys, Krabs here. We're going to be doing USA in spring 1914, finishing out the peacetime. Next turn, summer 14, we're going to be at war. Not everyone, just Austria-Hungary, Ottomans, Russia, and France start out at war. And then it's up to Germany how they decide to move forward, whether or not they bring Britain in next turn, and then the U.S. Will finally start rolling some income increases next turn. But for now, still no diplomacy, still no tech. We've got $3, and we are going to go ahead and just collect our three. And I think what we're going to do is this commander. We're going to move him out with this fleet right here. And that will be the US turn. So, the only other prequel war we have going on is the Second Balkan War. So, it's over at the end of this turn, since previously we had an event that pushed it back a turn. So, Second Balkan War is going to be ending, and we will go ahead and resolve that. So, Albania is formed as a strict neutral with a militia if the Ottomans are ejected by any other nation, which the Greeks luckily did that, so we will go ahead and strict neutral with a militia. Where's the neutrals? Neutral militia. Okay, so Albania is a strict neutral, and yes, their marker is on strict neutral. Macedonia is annexed by Greece if the Ottomans are ejected from any one of the territories north, south, or central, which they were from northwest, southwest, and not central, but those two they were. So Ottomans were ejected. Leave any Greek units in Macedonia consolidated on the main map, and Ottoman units in parts of Macedonia are moved to the nearest Ottoman land zone, which Sir Adrian went ahead and did with these two militia. The nearest zone was Thrace, so he went ahead and moved those over on his turn because there was nothing else that could have happened in the Balkan War after the Ottomans. So these guys will be going to Macedonia on the big map. Okay, if the Ottomans manage to control all Macedonian territory, which they don't, if Bulgaria remains unconquered, its units shall be returned to their original starting numbers, which I will have to check on that. Oh, just kidding, it's in here. Bulgaria. So they've got 5 infantry, 2 militia, artillery, and 1 pre-dreadnought. Gonna have to. Ooh, that is dark. Okay, Bulgarian pre-dread. They've got 5 infantry, 2 militia, and an arty. Okay, let's get this to the big map. So there's Bulgaria. Powers may otherwise keep the territory they occupy. Transfer units from the minimap to the main map for all nations. So these guys, Thessaly, southern Greece, and then the Greek ships out at sea. These guys are in Thessaly, militia down in southern Greece, and then these guys are in M7. As well, he's got a militia on Crete. And then Serbia and Montenegro as well. So Montenegro still has their mountain. The Greeks have this guy on Crete. And then the Serbs. Get their guys back up there. And then these guys are in Constantinople, 2 militia in Thrace, and then they have a cruiser under construction, which I don't think technically is in the shipyard yet. It's just on your build chart, by the way. But the transport and the pre-dread are in port. But when you're building stuff, Adrian, it's just on the build chart. 'Cause like if for whatever reason someone like took Constantinople, they wouldn't get that ship since it's under production. And then I want to say that there's only the one transport. I don't remember him building 2, because I think when you built that first one, I think there was one sitting over here to represent the one over there. But correct me if I'm wrong. Got some elite guards, some infantry, and some mountains. And then these guys are in Thrace. And I think that's it for the Balkan minimap. Let me make sure you have this on your build queue. Yes. Okay, you do. Perfect. All right. If the Ottomans own any 1912 minimap starting territories, which they don't, Ottomans would have advanced some tech. If Montenegro holds its home territory, France goes up one stage and advances one stage and improve logistics. Same for Serbia and Russia, and then Greece and Britain. So, improve logistics. France, Great Britain, and Russia all get to move up one stage and improve logistics, so up to stage 2. That is perfect. And I believe that's it for that. Not doing anything else with the Mexican Revolution because we already won, so they're just a strict neutral now. Or not strict neutral, but neutral, and they actually went with 1-up in France on my last turn. Alright, so we collected our income. We'll start rolling income increases next turn. So now for some random events. Alright, let's get these going in Discord. Okay, so in the West, we rolled Dutch brace for war. So Netherlands moves to neutral on the diplomacy chart, which is fantastic for us because they were already in stage 2 for Austria-Hungary, and I have not been able to get them down if I've when I've rolled for that the couple times. So there's some free backwards progress for the Central Powers. And then, so if Japan joins the Central Powers, which now with our previous event, there's actually a higher chance of that because Germany also said they would, or I think the roll would have been the same, but that previous event, Japanese posturing actually made it a better chance for the Central Powers. So if they join the Central Powers, move the Dutch pre-dreadnought to Java, and then the British must produce a um, British dreadnought on stage 4 of the production chart this coming turn for 4 IPPs, which is going to be their entire income. So they have to spend their entire income this next turn. All right, East. Let's see what we get. 5 German volunteers. Not too good for me. As France, let's see. So place 2 infantry in any German home country territory, and the description for that: German settlements in Argentina, southern Brazil, Chile, and Paraguay send volunteers to Germany. So pretty simple. Place 2. Alright, so for Germany, we'll go ahead and grab them. 2 guys. And oh, that was just circle those up. So okay, so there's that figured out. And then we will just have to remember Dutch brace for war, which I will go ahead and make another note. Okay, so Japan entry, which Germany will be rolling on their turn. If they go CP, they're going to get some islands, and then also if they go Central Powers, they're going to get we're going to get the Dutch brace for war event, which sends the Dutch pre-dread over, and the British, well, they have to, no matter what, spend their $4. But we got Netherlands back to neutral on the diplomacy chart, which is fantastic. So I think we can advance this to summer 1914. Begin. So we did our random events. Germany's going to do a Japan entry roll, and then we will also start the Chinese warlord era, which I believe will pull cards at the start of the turn, but don't quote me on that. So we'll hand it off to Germany.